I am CJ Miller. I'm about to embark in on Shreveport's first self-driving vehicle. They're just unveiling it today. I'm going to go in and check it out. Should be fun. It's a big event for us. And I think they're going to be doing runs down here till about 6 o'clock, someone said. But I think once is probably going to be enough for me. Got room for us? I will just come here in the back. Excuse me.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
All right. 1985, here we go. Everybody seated? All right.
We zoom in. I guess they're showing. Yeah. I know. That was a 100% my decision tree. Smart. Well, you're not a whole lot further.
No, it's like half a mile.
You know, one of the reasons why I was taking my cruise this year back out of Miami is because I was looking forward to taking one of the self-driving cabs that they have. So this should be interesting.
She's trying to stop.
That's it. You drive. You will drive. No, I live in Orlando. That's where Pete was based out. I'm out here for it. Yeah, one of the engineers.
So this bus is.
Yeah, that's
I think maybe
Yeah, we have to map
the chassis for all that stuff. I don't really know how to touch it.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
middle of the road, make sure the speed is safe, abides by all the traffic laws. It is. So it's predetermined. So once we set the route, there's a series of stations in the program. So it's going to go to the shortest route to each of those stations, essentially going around the whole route. When you have one program, you need to stop. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, we can stop wherever we like.
Okay, here we go. Bye. So, that experience reminded me of when I was in 3rd grade. And we went to my mother and my sister. My grandmother was with us. God rest both of their souls, my grandmother and my mother. But we went to the state fair that year, and in the exhibit building, they had a Coca-Cola machine, and you would deposit your money. And I think this machine, if I'm not mistaken, it was not your regular 50-cent machine or whatever. This was in the early 80s. So sodas, you know, even now they only cost about 35 cents a can if you buy them by volume, you know, at like a Costco's or Sam's or some wholesale store or something. But yeah, I think it was a $2 per soda purchase, if I'm not mistaken, in 1982. I want to say 1982. Yeah, it had to have been around 1982. But anyway, and what was the big novelty of it was that this Coca-Cola machine would talk to you. It would greet you. Hello, please make your selection. Please deposit your money. And then it would give you the soda, and it would say, thank you, please come back. And this was, you understand, this was early. We didn't even have ATMs all over the place. You know, ATMs were, if they were a thing, they were very new. I don't think there were ATMs all over the place. So that's what this experience reminded me of, the novelty of a self-driving vehicle. One of the reasons why I wanted to, and I've been to Florida, but I want to go back for my cruise. But one of the reasons why, there it goes again, beep beep. One of the reasons why I wanted to take my cruise out of Florida is because I want to take a self-driving taxi. Now there's not anyone sitting in the taxi at the wheel. This bus had a driver sitting at the wheel, evidently to grab it if need be or something like that. It's their first day that they're doing this, and of course they were just giving a little roundabout, this little area, so it's not active yet. But if it does well, as need be, we're going to transition over and buy more of these type of vehicles for the city. And the buses that we have, you know, we've had for probably about 15 years, the green buses. That was the ones where they had that started going more green, supposedly more economically safe or whatever. So that was about 15 or so years ago. That was the last innovation of the sports tram. Before then, it was I don't know when we had like buses replaced. Before then, we had the same buses for about 20-25 years. It was like, you know, so it's time to start replacing some of those buses, and these, it should be neat. Shreveport still has free sports transportation for Shreveport. Some routes, not very many, one or two routes go to Bossier. One goes to South Bossier, and one goes to like North Bossier or something like that. But it's they don't go very frequently like Shreveport does, and that's because there was a thing where Bossier stopped contributing as much, or they cut back the amount of their budget for the buses that they felt that they needed in Bossier City. So they don't run with the frequency that they used to run, which even then wasn't that frequent. So, but Sports Tran does contract with the city of Shreveport. Now, I've taken issue with many of the employees that work in the Sports Tran. Over, like when I want to say probably about 10 years ago, I just had this issue with this one woman who was just, I don't know, we just did not get along at all. Like she just, act like she was policing the sports tram waiting station. We just did not, you know, sometimes you just do not get along. This person had no politeness in her voice when she spoke with anyone. If you wanted to go and ask her for a suggestion on which route to take or whatever, she was just hatefully mean. I went out of my way to avoid her. During COVID, I needed to take a bus to go to a medical appointment. And I took a bus, but I'm an asthmatic. And it was my understanding that I was, as an asthmatic with probably, you know, if I kept my distance from people, that I was, you know, exempt from having to wear that mask. And at the time, I was having, you know, I was really asthmatic. So this was right around the time that I had been diagnosed as diabetic type 2. And I had just started doing the things to reverse the diabetes. Because if you have diabetes type 2, that's reversible. You can reverse the condition if you catch it early. Now, here's the thing, and you can reduce damage. You know, if you maybe are undiagnosed, a lot of people with diabetes type 2 will go undiagnosed because they don't realize that they have the problem, and potentially anything over like a 7 on your A1C, anything over 7 with your A1C can potentially begin to damage your kidneys and your you know, organs within that system or whatever, you know. So that's the goal, to stay below that 7, you know. And really the goal is to get to 6 point or below, you know. Anything between that 6 point to that 6.5 is kind of pre-diabetes, you know. But they really, you know, they can work with that, but they really want to get us below that 6 point. And I kind of generally hover around that 6 point, you know. If I'm very keto like I am now, and I do that for a while, I do better than that, you know, I do better. And then, you know, so, but yeah. But anyway, I was on my bus because I needed to go to the doctor, and I went to go into the restroom, but I was not wearing a mask. First off, we didn't have them yet. This was during that period where, like right after with the COVID, when they were telling us save the masks for the people who really need them. And then this was like a day or so after they were like, okay, we're gonna ship out masks, maybe within that same week or something like that. And I want to say Miss Sharon or Miss Cheryl, whatever. Yeah, I want to say Miss Sharon at the sports tram. I went into the restroom, and she came out from behind that desk and followed me all the way to the back of the building, walked into the door of the men's restroom, not where she could see, but still, she followed me in there to scream at me that was the last time I'm going to come in her building without wearing a mask and all this kind of, you know. So I did have an issue with her at the sports tram. I think she still works there, but I'll be happy when she does get to retire, because we don't get along at all. I'll sometimes see her if I have to go there, or she'll see me, and it's like, ooh, you know, we don't really care for each other. I'm sure I don't wish bad things for her. I wish retirement for her. I wish she won't have to have a job. I wish she could retire and not have to, you know, whatever. But, whew, does she have a bad attitude. And abrasive. And I get it, because of the COVID thing, and that was new for everybody, but she can't use COVID as an excuse for her bad attitude. But anyway, hopefully some of the newer innovations. So here's a traditional sports tram bus, the full bus length, and it does have a gravel. So I don't know if the self-driving buses are going to have people sit at the steering wheel, or if they'll be able to control them remotely. Like if you go to another city, I've seen like in around, I want to say around Kansas City or Nashville or something. I know in Florida, I've seen videos where their taxi cabs, they don't have anyone actually in the car with you. They have someone remotely watching, and then if they need to, they can take over and kind of get the car out of situations, you know. Because, you know, occasionally there may be some, oh, I need to run. So occasionally, like on a, you know, on a bus route or something that's pre-programmed, you'll find it in like Google Maps or something, like maybe, where are we? You barely see. Yeah, with the route along Google Maps or something like that, maybe somebody won't know that this particular lane is blocked off for traffic, and so there's a detour, and sometimes that doesn't get posted yet. So I could see there could be a potential for there needing to be someone actually taken over to back up out of a tight spot here or there or something like that. But yeah, overall the ride I had today was a fun experience. The bus did make way for traffic, and it did seem that there's some people on the street that drive cars that just do not know how to brake or yield for a bus. Sometimes it's like, and it's not just because of the electric bus, but sometimes it's like, gee, if I can get hit by a bus, I can make money. We have some stupid people that drive in Shreveport, not just downtown, but all over. But anyway, yeah, I do take the bus. I walk when I can. I try to catch rides with people when I can. Today's been a nice active day. I went to that light lunch where I had about 30 calories. I would say walking to and from, I have burned it off. I will before it's all over with, because I'm going to the gym tonight. But yeah, and went home, had like a light pork chop brunch. I like sizzle. It doesn't take that long to take one of those pork chops if they're thawed out. It doesn't take that long to take them up, put your favorite seasoning on them, and sizzle them in your little pan, and have some nice mixed greens with it or whatever. I'm enjoying it. What I'm really enjoying more than anything is having this diet, and I'm enjoying the fact that I've maintained it, you know, for quite a while. Because, you know, I took a break for a while because I got burned out, and so what I needed to do is I needed to experience a little bit of a time where I'm just not really worried about dieting and stuff like that. And I did that for a couple of months, and then it was time to get right back onto it, because I talked to my doctor, and they were like, "Oh no, you've got to watch your diet, you know." Otherwise, you know, the progress that you make, you can lose. And they're right, you know. And so while the occasional cheat day is okay, I still need to find some sort of way to maintain my caloric intake, because I still want to reduce my body fat, my body mass index. That number, when it comes down, basically means we want less fat on the body. I'm within a very safe range, but I'm not in the optimal range that they want to get me. I'm pretty damn close to it, though. That's the thing. It's like they get, like, I'm so close to not being pre-diabetic that we want to maintain that, you know. And you know, so and of course this is my season where I'm going to be well, I put my deposits down on the vacation that I'm taking for the winter, but all the rewards and everything, the new reward program is starting in September. And so my idea, because all the money that I would spend towards that was not going to count on the new reward program as far as money spent, because they're going to reward nights on the cruise, how long you spend on the cruise, but they're also going to reward all money you spent towards the cruise and while you're on the cruise and everything. So, with that being said, I wanted to wait to start paying them off completely until September. So I'll pay off one in September, pay off one in October, pay off one in November, and then I've got a fourth one that I'll pay off in December. And those add up to 19 days. And then that's when I will turn around in July and I will purchase my travel, each way. And then decide, which day I want to go, which day I want to come back. I want an extra day or so in Miami if I can swing it, whatever, but yay. And that's one of the reasons why I like cruising, because it's a vacation that I can pay on a little bit at a time. It's like a layaway vacation, whereas I cannot always do that. I don't know any other place, actually, other than a cruise, that I can do that. I don't know. I don't know if I can go. I think I could put down like a reservation on a hotel, but I don't know that they take weekly payments on a hotel until I've paid off the hotel of where it is that I want to stay or whatever. And even if I could do that, that's great for the hotel, but I do not get maybe I'll get like a complimentary breakfast, but I do not get the free entertainment and the free meals and it's different. Staying it's resorts, full-on resorts cannot offer what a cruise ship will offer for the price of a cruise ship. Now I've never been to like a Disney World or something like that, so maybe that's a different situation. Maybe you can, but I got a feeling those are a lot more expensive, because a Disney cruise is a hell of a lot more expensive than a Carnival cruise. So okay, well, I've walked and talked, and I'm nearing my block where I'm going to go home, so I'm going to say goodbye, God bless, and love and light. Bye.